Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the first week of November, so let's get started. A corruptive presence has invaded the Federal Bureau of Control. Only you have the power to stop it as you fight to annihilate the ominous enemy in unpredictable environments. Control Ultimate Edition Cloud version is the first Cloud release that we're seeing in the West after we saw a few entries back in Japan. Ubisoft is the cloud tech company behind these efforts, and two modes have been made available: Performance and Graphics mode. A free 10-minute trial is also available if you decide to test the game and see if you can get optimal performance. Hitman 3 Cloud version is also seeing a cloud release from Ubisoft in early next year. This third entry in the Hitman series is a conclusion to Agent 47's story trilogy. Enjoy a globe-trotting adventure to sprawling sandbox locations where you're tasked with taking on the most important silencing contracts available around the world. 4 people, each with their own unique intentions, come together to form an underground investigation team known as Bond, attempting to unmask the criminal syndicate known as the Scarred. Choose your members and problem solve while investigating from the bottom up, obtaining key information from suspects and criminals in your ever-expanding list. Character paths will diverge and change the story based on your decision when Buddy Mission Bond releases on January 29th. After a long time of silence, Square Enix finally confirmed that Bravely Default 2 is ready to launch on February 26th of next year. This vast journey will take you across the land to take down the Asterisk holders and save the crystals. Use the right job combinations to empower your small band of heroes. Pathia Games announced that My Time at Sandrock is a direct sequel to the live sim RPG My Time at Portia, heading to the Switch after its Kickstarter campaign. Everything takes place after a post-apocalyptic world event where civilization has started to get back on its feet and is ready to rebuild the town. Customize, build, create, harvest, explore, fight, and make friends through an expansive journey targeting a spring 2022 release. Exceed Shadow dropped both No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle on the Switch earlier this week. Travis Touchdown takes on the world's top 10 assassins with his trusty katana in hand as he rides the streets in search to make a name for himself in the first game. Then in the sequel, Desperate Struggle, taking place 3 years after the first entry, he's at the top of the Assassin's Guild, but time has not been kind to him where he's dropping quickly in the ranks. With a bounty now on his head, he must once again climb the ranks to reclaim the throne. A few months ago, Falcom confirmed that they had found a development partner to release more of their games on the Switch. This week, we got confirmation that Cloud and Leopard Entertainment will be leading their efforts to port quite a variety of their games onto the hybrid system. First, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 1 is the first game of this lauded RPG series. Then they confirmed that the sequel, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2, will be releasing on July of next year. This entry picks up right where Class 7 is now fully involved in the Erebonian Civil War, all the way to the events of Cold Steel 3, a game that released on Switch just last June. And Cloud and Leopard Entertainment, in collaboration with Falcom, weren't done there. They also confirmed that both The Legend of Heroes Zero no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki will also be releasing in late 2021 for Japan. Zero no Kiseki launched on the PSP back in 2010, and Ao no Kiseki back in 2011. Then they were remastered on the PlayStation 4 just earlier this year, and the Switch entry looks to be the fully remastered versions. Calypso Media is also bringing the popular Tropico 6 to the Switch November 6th. This paradise sim lets you be the ultimate leader and decide how to lead your tropical nation. The developers are also confirming that the game has been fully optimized for both portable and dock play in mind, containing the full original game and all of its previously available DLC. During the Japanese Direct, we also got a confirmation that Room Factory 5 is set to release on May 20th of next year in Japan. This RPG is full of things to do, from interacting with townfolk, finding love, spending the day working on the farm, casting a line, dungeon crawling, and even making your own armor. A Western release date has still not been confirmed. Survive and thrive in the post-apocalyptic future where resources are scarce but opportunity calls. Build the ultimate disaster-proof colony, protect your citizens, restore civilization, give everyone jobs, and rebuild a devastated world ready to give hope in surviving the aftermath. Each of your decisions have dire consequences if you get them wrong, so it's best always to plan ahead. A-Train Hajimaru Kankaku Keikaku was originally rated in Korea a few months back, and we got final confirmation on the Japanese Direct that it's in fact ready to launch next year. This urban development railway simulator lets you control a corporation and lay down tracks, run and expand however you see fit, and more importantly, help develop a growing city while keeping the citizens happy. Tame the wild frontier and charm the town people to get to know them in the farming life sim Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town. This brand new adventure drops eager explorers in Olive Town, a charming seaside community on the edge of the untamed frontier where work will always breathe new life to the now dilapidated farm. Engage with the unique locals, take the bull by the horns and rebuild the dream estate. Griftlands is a unique deck building roguelike where you fight and negotiate your way through a broken down sci-fi world. Every decision is important, be it the jobs that you take, the friends that you make, and the cards that you collect. Death comes quickly, but each run offers a new set of situations and strategies that you get to explore. Back in 2018, HAL Laboratories released Part-Time UFO on mobile devices, and now it's made its way to the Switch. Move objects to the destined platform and balance, arrange, and build to help Earthlings complete their jobs. Manage tasks ranging from farming, fishing, and stacking, all in a lighthearted comedic fashion. Join Tuck in his quest to rescue his friends and liberate the colorfully grotesque lands of Teratopia. Traverse 13 zones packed with enemies bent on taking over your homeland as you rotate between 3 playable characters, each with their own unique skills and summable units to help them along. Strife Veteran Edition is a bit of a hybrid first-person shooter that originally released in 1996, taking heavy inspiration from Doom and Turok. A comet has impacted the Earth, causing major destruction and bringing about a virus. You play as a mercenary dead set on putting a stop to the carnage and destruction, with a massive arsenal and the will to keep on fighting. In My Little Dog Adventure, you play as a little pup that discovers the world on his way back home after an adventurous trip through the woods. This is a short, emotionally driven, story-based exploration adventure game that will keep you interested with an immersive story and lovable characters. Taking place in 2036, an incident involving computer leads to the destruction of major cities around the world. You play as a hacker named Polan Takaoka, who has the gift to save and load moments in real time in real life. Thrusted into a situation where they must save humanity from a pending horrific future in the visual novel Anonymous Code. The great unknown danger is approaching Roah's home. Follow her story as she explores the world and encounters all different types of factions, uncovering the mysteries as to what's draining the planet's life force. Explore, gain new tactical and traversal abilities, and combat skills to free moving platforming elements that will always keep you moving. The Switch version of Steam Prison is getting tons of new added content, an entirely new opening CG, a new playback mode, several new ending scenarios, an extra story called The Wedding's Eye, several new languages, and several new dialogue route options. SNK is expanding the Neo Geo Pocket Color collection on Switch, with The Last Blade Beyond Destiny getting shadow dropped in the eShop. This popular weapon-based fighter is getting tons of new tweaks and changes, like the inclusion of a story mode, several mini-games, and new control options not previously available on the classic handheld. Mix announces they're putting together a Memories of Historia collection for Switch in 2 separate volumes. Memories of 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be part of the first volume. Then Memories of 5, 6, and 7 will round off the second volume. All 7 of these visual novels will see reworked dialogues, cleaned up art, and full HD support. Blending trading card game and adventure games, The Amazing American Circus has you building and wandering circus collecting powerful cards. Gather the best acts money can buy and put it all on display to entertain hungry audiences where your worst fear is their indifference. Play cards to constantly rouse their interest and keep them engaged while the clock ticks down until the next curtain call. A humble little farm is in desperate need of a new manager in 8-bit farm. Start out by getting some livestock, grow flowers, grow fruits and vegetables, then gradually expand your field and increase production and staff until you're ready to become a magnate running a sophisticated enterprise. Originally launched in 1994, Corpse Killer is now a 25-year-old FMV classic, and limited run games confirm that they're bringing it over to the Switch. Stranded on an uncharted island, infiltrate Dr. Hellman's compound to rescue 4 of your comrades and stop the evil doctor from carrying out his zombie-infested plan. Face the dangers and surprises in each temple while solving more than 90 extensive puzzles, then take it to co-op and solve an extra 60 puzzles exclusively made for 2 players in Cube Raiders, letting you tackle a variety of challenges and even endless mode options. Or there's a unique text-adventure game with a minimalistic use of words, visuals, and sound. Each of the story only uses 3 words, approaching an interesting and new way to tell stories with as little as input as possible. Grab just about anything not nailed down to the floor, including the enemies, and carry it or attach it to the traversing tricky terrain. Everything is presented in a 2.5D style while 3D platforming plane, where discovery is your way to engage with the world. And that's what the game announcements we'll be covering this week. The Shadow Drop Partner Showcase was great. I'm quite satisfied with the amount of game and high profile entries that are coming to the Switch, although I'm a bit surprised that this is the last one that we're getting for the entire year. All sign points that the next Directs that we'll see will most likely be around January or February, and we'll finally see a full Direct where Nintendo is finally ready to show some of their first party entries. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications where the videos go up. See ya!